Right, so there are a few different ways we do personalization, but I'm going to show them to you in a hierarchical format. So what you should look for first, and if you can't find that, what you look for second, then third, then fourth, then fifth. And basically there is a hierarchy in terms of what is more valuable than others. And as a guidance, we're going to always start with the individual over the company they work for. So instead of saying, so cool, I noticed your company did X, Y, and Z, we're first going to prioritize trying to breaking through to them with something about them personally, which we found works much, much better. So we're going to focus on them rather than their company. So the first thing we're going to look for is self-authored content. This means, have they written an article? Have they written a post? Have they, done a webinar? Have they done something personally which we can reach out to? It doesn't even have to be business related, but when people post something, they write something, they put out a video, to get a feedback is always amazing, like to get feedback from anyone. So that's the number one creme of the creme. We want to focus on self-authored content. So what we'll do every single time is we'll click on the link in the spreadsheet, and we're going to pop down. I kind of skim that, but the first thing I'm always going to go is to show all activity. So let's see what happens when we go to show all activity. And then we go to articles. And here I can see Federico posted something. It's in 2017. So this is a bit borderline whether or not I would actually use this. But let's suggest that it was more, let's assume or pretend it was more recent. So what I'll do, I'd go, great, we now can do self-authored content with Federico. And what we would actually do is not only write about the self-authored content, we wouldn't be like, oh, I noticed you've written an article about 5 tips to increase your open rates. We'd go, I read your article about 5 tips to increase your open rates, and I really agree with point number 3, which is to make it short and simple. Or, you have to find something specific within the article. You can't just mention the article itself. Go deeper, because it shows that you've actually read it and you're not just giving false, you're just not stroking that ego in a false way, because everyone's shit radar is up at all times, especially with cold outreach. So you need to break through that radar and basically go, not only I love the article, but I love this specific point in this article. I read your article about X, Y, and Z, and I really like point number 5 when you talk about the follow-up, because I know how important the follow-up is, and I found the follow-up gets me the majority of my replies. Then you go into your pitch. So the first thing is self-authored content, and be really specific with what you're complimenting or what you're talking about with the self-authored content. Not just I read the article. I read the article. I like this specific point. I watched your webinar. I liked, about halfway through you said this. I really like that. So you need to get quite specific. But realistically, we don't have to read the whole article. Just skim through it, find a point, and mention it. Because we're trying to do this quickly. We need to do this every point in 3 to 5 minutes. We need to personalize each prospect. 3 to 5 minutes. 3 to 5 minutes. You're going to set aside some time and do that. So that's point number 1. If they don't have self-authored content, again, I'd always go and skim this, and I can see this guy's already written something interesting. So we have, run entertaining, walking towards Notting Hill. That's really, we can hit that up really well. But I would always go to show all activity. And the second thing we should be looking at is if they don't have any articles, like this guy, Jordan, doesn't have any articles, let's check out the all activity, and we can see, has he posted anything? So he did post this. So the second thing, this is still self-authored, not as good as an article, but he's written a post. So now we can say, hey, I saw your post on this, and yeah, I thought that was quite interesting. I mean, let's see what he wrote here. There are training sessions, then there are Mike Lammerson, Train AV, Unreal Mike having great digital. So you could talk about, I saw you wrote a comment about Mike Lamis. I checked him out. It was really cool. Thanks for that. I might try to use them in the future about some training thing. So you could do that. Or the second one is if they don't have anything that's interesting, then you can go to engagement. Have they engaged, liked, commented on something, for example? So go to their all activity and see what they've liked. And if they've liked Nick Haslop and Joe Bonner joined PTO's growing team. So, he's liked that, or he's liked the IVC Technologies, which is probably where he works for, no Triple Pay, but he's liked that And you can just say, oh, I saw you also liked the IBC Technologies, that they're helping Ukraine. That's really cool. So you're just trying to break through the ice to show you're a real person. Your first liner is an engagement. So the first one's self-authored content. Second one is engagement. Third one is basically looking at their profile. I would go then back to Jordan Patterson's profile. And actually, I really like what he wrote here. And I would actually run with this. I think anything that's tongue-in-cheek or a little bit, out of the ordinary, something that makes them smile or compliments them is always good. I find making them smile the best. So if you can talk about, or, they've obviously very proud of, I run an entertaining walking tour of Notting Hill on weekends. Check out this and see Notting Hill on TripAdvisor. My review speaks for themselves, voluntary work. So I would straight away go into, hey, I noticed you do Notting Hill. I was reading on that you do these Notting Hills. I checked you out on TripAdvisor. Your walking tour looks super cool. That's going to straight away break through the ice. You're not just sending a automated pitch. You're going in on something that they obviously find really, they want to tell the world about. So just to pause here really quickly, I want to tell you about a cold email, free 6-day crash course on how to cold email I have, and just sign up for it. There's a lot of information in there. It's 6 days. It goes into your email box every single day for 6 days. And there's video that I have video integrated in that. I have loads of really good tips and tricks. So just sign up to it now. It's totally free. So here he's got a bunch of things. He's even written that he's a trainee army officer in Manchester and Salford University and a tour guide at the National Trust. So you can talk about one of these 2 items. Just go a bit deeper and check out whether or not you can find them on TripAdvisor or anything to do with that and comment on that. That's going to obviously break through the ice. So I think these kind of personal things are really powerful when we're trying to write our first liners. I think the reply rates work really well. I find tongue-in-cheek stuff works well. For example, whenever I make some kind of slightly funny comment, keep it don't go too far, don't be too informal, but a little bit of a tongue-in-cheek comment goes a long way, I have found. Because generally speaking, it's B2B is people to people, and you want to break through that. It's really about, building relationships and it's not really business to business, it's people to people. So we're trying to break through this license, and bringing in these little personal elements really helps a lot. So the fourth one, if you haven't found any self-authored content, if you haven't found any engagement, they've really engaged in anything that you can comment about, or there's nothing they've written about themselves on their profile, then the next thing is what Beck Holland calls the junk drawer. And the junk drawer is basically anything else that you can link to them. So, for example, do you have a connection to their university? Is there something they're saying which you can just find a personal connection with? Maybe they said something about they like to do some kind of sport, like they like to rock climb, which personally I love to rock climb. So I'll be like, hey, you rock climb and you're from Portsmouth. Have you climbed in that spot in the bouldering centre over there? I've been there once. If you have any kind of connection like that, or maybe they like to snowboard and they mention they've been somewhere. So anything you can kind of do. The fifth, if you haven't found anything from the first 4, is to talk about their company. So then you can click through, for example, to their company. And at this point, we're looking at anything to do with their company. So you can start looking at, okay, what has the company done? Have they had a funding round? Have they just hired tons of people? We can look over here. Okay, posts. Are they doing anything specifically with their posts? Have they posted something interesting? So at this moment, we're drawing more to the company. Maybe they've just won some kind of award. Maybe they've been, shortlisted for some X, Y, and Z. They've released a new product. They've released a webinar, something like this. This is the final one you should go down. So if you found that useful, definitely check out this next video that's going to pop up, which is all about the follow-up email sequence. Check it out and see you soon.